Hey everybody, welcome to Members Only, a show centered around CMAC members and the projects they produce. My name is Debbie Goodman, and I'll be your host for today. In this edition of Members Only, we'll be talking to the producers of two shows, Underground Media and San Joaquin Spotlight. Up first is Desiree Martinez, producer of Underground Media, a show dedicated to showcasing local artists. But before we talk with Desiree, let's take a look at a clip that gives us a peek into what Underground Media is all about.
Nobody's doing that shit. Nobody. Shit. Hey.
Get fast, ready. Turn on.
Well, Underground Media is basically, I had started that in Texas, and then when I came to Fresno, I had found out about CMAC and everything, but then I was doing my photography. And once I came into here, I wanted to put use to what I had learned over there in Texas with artists and everything. Basically, it's a show on going and finding hidden talent here in Fresno. I'm going to expand outside Fresno also, but being from Fresno, I want to support Fresno. So right now I'm out there searching for talent, raw talent, unseen and unheard talent to showcase them on my show.
Okay, now when you say talent, are you just talking about musical artists?
Oh no, all types of artists, all types of music genres, hairstylists, makeup artists, dancers, any type of entertainer, any type of artist. If you're an artist, then you need to showcase your talent. It's all talent. There's a lot of artists out here, not just music.
Okay, now what gave you the idea for this show? What inspired you to start this?
CMAC.
Really?
Yeah, I would say Caesar getting on me.
Oh, okay, so Caesar just says, all right, you've got to do something now.
Yes.
Here's an idea.
He basically was like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And stuff like that. And I really didn't know. I know I'm working on a documentary. And that was the first thing I brought to their attention because I wanted to bring awareness about the homelessness here in Fresno. I also wanted to do a short film on domestic violence.
Wow.
But then when I put in the proposal for Underground Media, I didn't know that it would take off just the way it did. So when I took it in, Caesar actually sent me back a email saying it was accepted on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day.
And you thought, okay, haha.
So yeah, so I'm like, really? Like, are you serious? I can really do a show, like have it on air and stuff. And it made me excited to the point to where I had so much energy that my first talent that I had on just happened to hit me up at that moment. And I was like, you give me an interview and I'll come to your show. And
Great.
it just, after the first show, I loved it. Just been going and going and going and going and going.
That's great. Who have been some of the artists on your show?
Ooh, let me see. My first artist I had on was Marcus Anthony, and he is signed with Jamie Foxx. He is local Fresno. He's from Fresno. Then I had an all-female show where, because a lot of females are not being seen or heard, period, no matter what business that they're working in, no matter what talent they're doing. And that's one thing, a big thing I really do want to focus on is getting women out there and having them seen and heard. So I had all female artists. There was 4 of them: Cody Brown, Callie the lyricist, Ashley Littlejohn, and DJ Moonshine. Each one had a different music genre. So I had that. And then I had MC Wicks. He's local here in Fresno. He's very known on the rap battle scene. Then I had Shake the Mayor. He actually was the first rap artist here in Fresno to do a full-length movie and stuff. So we had him on also. And I have covered car shows for the post-509 veterans They had a third annual car show. I went and hosted that. We went to Fashion at the Grizzly Fest and to the birthday bash for Marcus Anthony and the graduation bash. So
Wow.
done quite a few things already.
Do you have anybody on your wish list, so to speak?
On my wish list, let me see. It would probably be Snoop.
Okay.
I can't say Tupac, but it would probably be Snoop because that's West Coast. I do have a lot of talent that I want on the show that's in Texas, but those will be Skype interviews and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just reaching for the unseen and unheard. Nobody specific celebrities or anything like that. I'm just the real raw talent that'll just make you just stand there with your jaw open,
It's true. Oftentimes, we go to see a show or something, a friend invites us, and we're really surprised at the talent that we do have here. And like you say, it's hidden, it's unseen. Fresno does have a lot to offer. Different little venues around town are always having local artists. So how do you pick your time and place to go out into the field and capture?
Well, if I'm not at school, I'm out there in the field searching. I'm constantly showing up at venues or open mics or trying to network with other people to find out what venues am I missing. There are a lot still that I need to go to, a lot of venues. There's so many here that I don't even know about. And I'll just show up. I don't tell anybody I'm going or anything. I just show up like I'm just a guest and want to just check it out. And I never, it's just going out there and networking with people, asking everybody, like, hey, what's another venue that has open mic or anything like that. CMAC, they have a lot of, they network with a lot of people. So that's helped me. The crew here and the staff is actually pointed me in directions of, hey, go check this out or go check that out. So that's helped out a lot too.
And how long has your show been running?
April 19th was the first airing of the very first show. It took me, I think, 2 weeks to edit that one. But now I'm down to a day, to edit.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's been going for 2 months next week.
Congratulations.
With 6 episodes.
That's a lot for a short period of time.
And 3 field locations. So it's been keeping me busy, but I love it. I mean, I'm growing more of the passion for it the more I go out there and I find hidden talent. I just found these artists that go around and they do the murals in Fresno. And I didn't know there was really just one person that does a lot of these murals in Fresno. That's art to me. So that's going to be another show that I can't wait because I love watching it in action and the craft just grow.
So you're familiar with Art Hop here in Fresno?
Through CMAC introduced me to Art Hop. So first Thursday of every month, I'm definitely checking out venues. Definitely.
Great.
Definitely going around checking things out. If I'm not here, I'm out there and I'm looking.
So what's your favorite type of art? Is it murals, photography, sculpture? Me too.
Photography.
Me too.
Love photography. It's like, I say it's like a drug. It's like a drug. I fiend for it. I literally fiend for it. It's that passion. It's just that drive. It captures me. Just pictures driving around. I mean, you can take the best picture in the world of just anything, but it's just the eye of the person holding the camera. I have a bigger passion for that. I fiend for it. It's like food for me.
As a child, I asked for a camera, I think, for my 8th birthday or Christmas or something. But now it's fantastic with our cell phones.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the most expensive camera you own.
True, but I still like the 35 millimeter. The old, give me the big old roll and stick it in there, wind up the camera. I mean, those pictures right there are the best to me. The new digital cameras and everything, those are great. They're great. It's less work to do. But I still love the way the pictures in the old 35 millimeters take. I mean, I really love those.
Do you like to shoot in color, black and white?
Oh, I love black and white.
Do you?
I love black and white, yes. I think black and white brings so much life to pictures. It's it draws you into it. Those are the kind of pictures I like, is to make you feel like you're there, to capture that moment, because those are moments you'll never get back. So a still shot is the best way to go. But I'm loving the video now. I'm loving doing videos and going out there and learning. I mean, it's great. I'm finding another passion that I'm liking a lot. But photography is always going to be number one.
What advice would you give to someone who wanted to start their own show?
Go to CMAC, sign up.
True.
If you're not a student, it's cheap. If you're a student, it's cheaper. And this is really the place to be. I mean, really for Fresno, if you're into any type of media, anything like that, production, this is the place to be.
Absolutely.
And they need to come here, and there's a lot of support and staff here and volunteers and people that you would never meet out there in the streets and stuff. And it's fun. It's like family. And so everybody helps everybody here, and there's no way you can fail. There's no way. There's no failure here. There's none at all. I haven't seen any.
It's opened up a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
And I've met some incredible people here. And I've met some incredible people through doing a show with CMAC.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's the best school. This school has done a lot for me. It's opened my eyes to new things, not just photography and getting frustrated, you know, like what's going on with the work and why is it not picking up and stuff like that. I mean, here it's like it opens your eyes to everything, not just, you know, doing shows. You learn how to produce and direct and technical director, floor director. I mean, there's just so much that goes into a show that if you learn every single thing, it's just like you're just filled with all this knowledge, and you can find new passions that you like. Like working the big cameras in the studio, I love that because it's connected with photography and everything like that, just taking motion pictures.
Well,
Definitely.
thank you so much for being a guest on the show tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Sevag and Hilda Tateosian, the producing team behind San Joaquin Spotlight, will join us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me now is Sevag Tateosian and his sister, Hilda Tateosian, here to talk about their show, San Joaquin Spotlight, a show that highlights community members who are working to shape the valley's future. Welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about your show?
Thank you for having us. You know, San Joaquin Spotlight started in 2006 with just an idea to talk about people doing some creative and interesting things in the valley. You know, we have a lot of people here that are very talented, that are doing good, that are trying to make a difference for all of us in the community. So started on radio in 2006. Here we are 400 audio shows later. We brought it to CMAC, where we've done about 102 or 103 shows.
Fantastic. We're going to look at a clip from your show. Can you tell us a little bit about that clip?
Yeah, you know, this clip is actually a cool one because we took a crew out to Scaranormal. It was an event where people came and met some of their actors that starred in some of the scariest movies out there. So here, this clip is a good friend of mine who is actually from Fresno, Sid Haig, and he's done some very scary movies out there.
Great. Let's take a look at that clip.
Welcome to San Joaquin Spotlight, a public affairs program featuring conversations about life in the central San Joaquin Valley. This program is brought to you in partnership between KFSR 90.7 FM and CMAC Fresno. I'm your host, Sevag Tateosian. Today we're out and about. We're at the Airport Piccadilly Inn in Fresno, California at the Scaranormal Convention. Follow me in and let's see what's going on inside. We are here with Sid Haig, the one and only from Fresno. Sid, what's happening?
Hey, we're having a good time here doing a horror film convention. Yeah, Scaranormal.
Scaranormal. Sid, is this the first of its kind in Fresno? Because I haven't heard of anything like this.
Absolutely the first ever. Yeah, and people, you know, really kind of don't know how.
What inspired you to start this show?
You know, years ago, when San Joaquin Spotlight was on radio, we were getting comments about how it was interesting, people wanted to know more, and when CMAC opened up, it was a great opportunity for us to bring what we did on audio to TV, and so we found a great volunteer crew. CMAC had some great classes for us, had some great people to partner with, and here we are. You know, we're doing San Joaquin Spotlight once a week.
Hilda, what's your role in this show?
Director. I just took over the whole booth because I'm not good at both TDing and directing because I just want to be hands-on. So when we first started, we had a great crew, and I would rely on the cameramen because we had great cameramen back then and now. I would let them get their shots, play around whatever they were comfortable with, and then I would rely on audio and Caesar and Paul in the booth, and they would kind of get shots that I wasn't seeing. So we were just, it was a really big group effort. It was fun. It was a group effort to do it.
How do you find the guests for your show?
You know, from the newspaper to different news articles to the radio, I mean, there are so many people doing some fantastic things here. You know, it's very easy. I mean, you know, we've had actors, lawyers, doctors, you know, you name it, we've had it, nonprofit pioneers, and everybody's story is so unique. And for people who don't have big marketing budgets, it's tough for them to get out there. So that's where we come in. We have that little niche, and CMAC allowed us to take that niche to the next level.
That's great. What can we expect to see on your show in the future?
You know, as I was waiting in the room preparing for this interview, I was responding back to a colleague of mine who was going to come in the future and talk about, you know, the drought. There's a problem with the drought, and I don't think people realize how bad it is. It's not only scary, but if something doesn't change, we're going to really run out of water. I mean, I don't want to scare anybody, but we will eventually run out of water if nothing changes. So we've got a guy who's a farmer who's going to come in and talk a little bit about how the drought has impacted him and what changes he's made. And so we're looking at talking to him, and we're looking at talking to a lot more nonprofit pioneers, and you never know, maybe an actor might stop by.
That would be great. Now, are you originally from Fresno, the San Joaquin Valley, or?
I was raised here. We were born in Glendale down south, and so when we were younger, we came up here, and I think it was a great move because I love this place. Fresno's an incredible place, and for people who say there's not enough to do, I say they're not looking for the things to do.
Not looking
because
hard
the
enough.
community calendars are full of stuff that we could be doing.
Well, shows like yours also helps get the word out because there are a lot of times he'll bring in a guest what I had no clue who they were or what they did or the events that they're bringing to the valley, and he'll have them on the show, and you'll think, oh, so it's a learning experience for us too in the booth of what's going on in the valley, which is great.
And you know, I've learned ever since 2006 we've been doing this. I learn every week something different. Every week, something new that I learned. So, you know, it's not only people who are involved in the show, but I'm also learning.
Now, did you major in anything in media in college, or?
No, you know, I came from high school when I said I'm going to Fresno State. There was an opportunity at KFSR for me to DJ, and so one of my friends was a DJ and was graduating. So here I am, a 17-year-old at the time, and they said, you know, here's this show if you want it. And so I did it. You know, I did it every Saturday from 9 to 12, all throughout my college years, and then it progressed to San Joaquin Spotlight.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been on air for quite a while. I don't want to say how long because that's going to give up my age, but I've been on air for a long time.
Well, what got you interested in media?
You know, there's something about media I love is the fact that people get to hear the message. I mean, a lot of times there's some great things happening and we don't have a clue. We never knew. I mean, some of the best movies are the movies that don't have the marketing dollars that push them through. So for me, it was an opportunity to not only promote things around me, but also to help get the word out on things going on.
What are some of your favorite things to do in and around Fresno area?
You know, I love to go to the different restaurants and try different foods. We love to just, you know, spend time going out and seeing what Fresno has, you know, walking on Fulton Mall. I do that on my lunch every day. There are things that we like to do, you know, and spend time doing in the area. Shaver Lake, you know, beautiful places. That's not too far is Shaver Lake, Squaw Valley. You know, there's some nice mountainous areas around here that people don't know about.
True. Hilda, what do you like to do in and around Fresno?
Grizzly games. I enjoy grizzly games. Trying new restaurants, especially local, because you get that feel for the people. You get to meet the owners, and now with all these farm-to-table locations, especially down Fulton that are coming up, I think it's great because you get to talk to your farmers who are making the food you're eating. Being outdoors, Yosemite, you know, even Woodward Park on the weekends if you get there early in the morning to go for a good walk.
This is true. This is true. I love Woodward Park. Clovis Farmers Market is going on. Actually, we have quite a few farmers markets in and around
River
Fresno.
Park is getting big on Tuesdays, and then that new one off Herndon and 99. Saturdays, they have one too, so there's a lot of them popping up.
There's Shaw and Blackstone on Saturdays and Wednesdays, and we are quite fortunate to be living in the, I think we were once referred to as the fruit basket of the world, or?
Actually, we still are. I mean, we produce a lot of produce and a lot of vegetables that go all over the world. So, I mean, I think we still hold that title despite what you'll hear in, you know, the media and some foreign competition. I mean, there's a lot of good quality food that's grown here in the valley.
Well, if you bring your drought friend on the show, he can let us know the impact of the drought on the fruit basket of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. It's so much fun, though, just to drive around some of the surrounding areas and just take a drive any day and you'll see these strawberry stands on the side of the road, or, you know, you drive out towards the little outer lying areas. We're spoiled. We don't buy our produce at the grocery store. Or you talk to somebody from another area and they're just amazed. They say, oh yeah, somebody gave me a bag of peaches, or somebody gave me a bag of lemons, and they're like, gave them to you? My gosh, do you know how much they cost at the store? So,
yeah, we have good, our soil is good. I mean, it's hot, but we have good soil here. And in the area in the valley, we have some very good soil that helps produce some great product.
we have a lot of food festivals too, especially in the fall. There's the Greek Fest, usually late August, and we have the German Fest, the Scottish Fest.
There's
Fig Fest, Pomegranate Fest.
Mm-hmm. And like you say, if somebody says there's nothing to do in Fresno, you're not looking hard enough.
Right.
If I were a newcomer to town, where would you suggest I start?
Depends on your interest. I mean, if you're new to town and you don't like movies or you don't like walking outdoors, well, you know what? I'm not going to take you to like the river parks or the places we can go walking. It just, I would ask what your interests are. I mean, You know, there's a lot of things that we can do, but it would be based on your interests. If you want to go see small movies or movies that you're not going to see out at the big chains, then I would take you to Fresno Film Works,
Right.
you know, movie screening. If you want to go to, you know, somewhere quiet, you know, we can go somewhere quiet.
Something that's near and dear to my heart is the San Joaquin River Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little, it's like a half-mile trail that you can take the family out, the kids can walk around, the kids are entertained by things, and you're out in nature. So I guess that would be partly my thing.
Yeah.
Nature and food.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you love nature and you like nature, then I would take you to Shaver Lake. I would take you to Bass Lake, which is not too far. I would take you to all the mountainous areas and come at the right time, and it's going to be snowing at, you know, Shaver Lake, which is about 30 minutes away or 35 minutes away. So it's just down, I call it down the street.
Mm-hmm. It's true. We are a great location. We're close to the beach. I mean, we can get there in about 2.5 hours. We can get to the mountains in 2 hours, go to Yosemite. Well, it's been very informative talking to you, and I really wish you well with your show. I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode.
Thank you very much for,
for
having us, and thank you to CMAC for all this great product that they allow us to use.
That wraps it up for today's edition of Members Only. If you'd like to see more about Underground Media or San Joaquin Spotlight, you can look for them on CMAC's channels, Comcast 93, as well as AT&T Channel 99. If you don't have Comcast or AT&T UVerse, you can go to www.cmac.tv to watch the live streaming of our channels online through CMAC's website. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.